marking the 15th class to be enshrined in Western Pennsylvania sports history. On behalf of the WPIAL and its collective board of directors, I would like to sincerely thank the Heinz History Center and Western Pennsylvania Sports Museum, along with their director, Ann Mataraz, for their active partnership along with this endeavor and support of this to host this event. Furthermore, we appreciate their support in recognizing these individuals right here in their museum. Let's have a collective round of applause for the History Center and their support. As stated, we are here to formally announce the newest members of the prestigious Hall of Fame, but the process and selection has been a long time in the making. Individuals mentioned here today made their way through an extensive list of qualified candidates that were vetted, discussed, and selected by the WPIAL Hall of Fame Committee. Nominations for this award are submitted by schools, administrators, officials, media, and committee members. To date, there are 232 members of the WPIAL Hall of Fame, with dozens more waiting in the wings to receive this call. This year's class features a wide variety of sports and represents a number of generations, and we are excited to honor them here. At this time, I would like to recognize those individuals who sit on that Hall of Fame committee who are in attendance here today. We have our assistant to the executive director at the WPIAL, Mr. Vince Sortino. Your MC for this morning, Mr. Chris Shovlin. From Trib Total Media, Chris Harlan. Longtime school administrator, teacher, coach, and everything in between, Dr. Terry Kushner. A pioneer in women's athletics and officiating, and also a member of this Hall of Fame, Ms. Pam Cherubin. And while these are all great names to acknowledge, and there's just a few, there's one that was not mentioned. I would be remiss if I did not recognize and acknowledge the vision and efforts of the late Jim Collins. Mr. Collins served as the WPIAL assistant to the executive director for 17 years, and his passion and commitment to preserving our rich history is the reason why we are here today, and we will make our best efforts to carry on his vision. Thank you to Mr. Collins for initiating this award. Before we move on with the introductions, I would like to encourage those both in attendance here today, as well as those interested in supporting the inductees, to attend the 15th Annual Hall of Fame Banquet. This year's banquet will be on Friday, May 27th, 2022, at the DoubleTree by Hilton in Greentree. Tickets will be on sale beginning in February, and the supporters will also have the opportunity to congratulate inductees with a congratulatory program message. Information about tickets and program ads will be available on the WPIAL website this spring. Without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our MC for this morning. In his 35th season at Robert Morris University, he has been the voice of the Robert Morris Colonials football and basketball programs. Additionally, for over 2 decades, he was a popular personality on both Wish 99.7 and 1320 WJAS. A native of Midland, Pennsylvania, he has been inducted into the Pittsburgh Basketball Club, Robert Morris Athletics, and Beaver County Sports Halls of Fame. Please welcome to the stage to introduce our newest inductees, our WPIAL Hall of Fame committee member and MC, Chris Shovlin.
Thank you, Amy. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the wonderful Heinz History Center. Well, just think about it. For over a century, the WPIAL has not only served as the governing body for high school athletics in our region, but has been a source of school and community pride. Its traditions have endured over the generations, and practically everyone here in Western Pennsylvania has a favorite memory, a moment, a team, a player that they'll forever cherish. School pride, hometown pride, accomplishment, dedication, teamwork, that fight song, that championship season, those school colors, they are all embodied and celebrated in the WPIAL's Hall of Fame. It's time to welcome the new class, as Amy said, the class of 2022, from our history and our record books, and invite them to step into the WPIAL Hall of Fame. first of all, and I will encourage those of you new inductees who are here today to step forward when I introduce you. In the athletes category, Dion Bentley, Penn Hills High School, track and field. Dion was the 1989 Gatorade National High School Athlete of the Year. He won and set records in multiple WPIAL and PIAA championship events and still holds the PIAA state record in the long jump. Next is Mallory Dietrich, Oakland Catholic High School, swimming. Mallory won 26 WPIAL and PIAA gold medals. She was the captain of her team at the United States Naval Academy and owner of 7 records in collegiate competition. Our next inductee, Bob Gorinski, Mount Pleasant High School, baseball and football. In baseball, Bob was the first round draft pick in WPIAL history. He was recruited by almost all of the top colleges in the nation for his skills as a running back in football. Micah Mason, Highlands High School, basketball. Micah was a 2-time member of the WPIAL's Fab 5 Player of the Year and member of the All-State team. He broke the record for career three-pointers set by now Indiana Pacers guard T.J. McConnell with 346 trays and led the WPIAL in scoring over 2 consecutive seasons. Jason Nolf, Katanning High School, wrestling. Jason was a 3-time WPIAL champ and boasted a record of 176 wins and 1 defeat. At Penn State University, he was a 2-time Big Ten wrestling champion and a 3-time NCAA national champion. Brianne O'Rourke, Oakland Catholic High School basketball. Brianne, if you'll step forward, please. Brianne helped her team win 2 WPIAL and 3 PIAA state titles, a member of the Tribune Review Terrific 10 and the Post-Gazette Fab 5. She was first team Associated Press All-State and a Street and Smith's Honorable Mention All-American. She was a 4-year letter winner at Penn State and played professionally overseas. Brianne is accompanied today by her husband, Sean Kelly. Let's welcome Brianne O'Rourke. Chad Salisbury, Fraser High School, football, baseball, and basketball. Of course, a multi-sport star, as I just mentioned. Chad passed for over 4,500 yards and 44 touchdowns in football. He scored 1,700 points in hoops and batted 400 with 10 home runs in baseball. He played quarterback at New Mexico State and at the University of Buffalo. Brian Simmons, Peters Township High School, baseball. Brian won 10 letters in 4 separate varsity sports at Peters. He was named all-section in both baseball and basketball, played in the WPIAL golf tournament as well, and played baseball at the University of Michigan, and he played professionally as well. In the coaches category next, Robert Kell, Hempfield High School head softball coach. Coach Kalp amassed a record of 431 victories, 111 losses, and 1 tie during his stellar career guiding the Spartans. His team won 7 WPIAL crowns, 5 of those in a row, 5 in succession, 4 PIAA state titles, including 3 in a row. He was honored as the 2017 National Softball Coach of the Year. Also in the coaching category, Chuck Tursky, Kiski Area High School, head wrestling coach. Coach Tursky was at the helm at Kiski for 36 seasons. Now, during that span, his teams piled up 505 wins, 132 defeats, and 2 ties, and they won 2 WPIAL and 1 PIAA state championship on the mat. In the teams category, from Aliquippa High School, the 1989-90 Aliquippa Quips girls high school basketball team. Let's welcome head coach Donna Ritchie, representing the team. Also here today, congratulations, Donna. Also here today, Athletic Director Brandon Ladon and Superintendent of Schools Dr. Philip Woods, all representing Aliquippa. The Aliquippa girls won both the WPIAL and PIAA state girls basketball championships in 1989 and 1990. Coach, congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame. Also, in the teams category, from Mars High School, the 2011 Mars Fightin' Planets girls soccer team. Let's welcome head coach Blair Gerlach here to represent his team today. His assistant coach, Greg Bloom, is here. And one of the team's 4 captains, Jordan White, representing the players. Let's welcome them into the WPIAL Hall of Fame. The 2011 Mars Fighting Planets girls soccer team went 25-0-1 and outscored the opposition 168-6 while collecting both WPIAL and PIAA gold. Mars also won WPIAL titles in 2010 and 2012 and had a 3-year record of 69. High school referee. Ron, step forward, please. Ron has worked football, baseball, and basketball and is currently one of the top NCAA basketball officials in the nation. He has officiated in 6 WPIAL and 2 PIAA state championship basketball games, 5 WPIAL and 1 PIAA baseball finals, and 3 WPIAL football championship games. Ron is accompanied today by his wife Rebecca and their 2 sons Colton and Baylor. Ron, congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame. It's funny, I bumped into him at the Waffle House in Bowling Green, Ohio. December, I guess it was. And you know, he started quizzing me. He said, "You're still the MC of the WPIAL Hall of Fame, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And I didn't know if he knew yet. So I had to keep my trap shut until he finally said, "Well, I'm getting in." So I didn't want to be the one who gave up the secret. In the contributors category, Ruth Ann Burke, Peters Township High School, educator and coach. Ruth Ann formed the league formerly known as the WPGAL, giving high school girls the opportunity to compete in the 1960s. She was the first female member of the WPIAL's Board of Control and served on it and both the WPIAL and PIAA steering committees for girls' sports. In the heritage category, from Connellsville High School and football, there have been quite a few of these guys, but he's the original great Western Pennsylvania quarterback, the original, Johnny Lujack. At age 97, he is the oldest living Heisman Trophy winner, earning it while playing for the Fighting Irish at the University of Notre Dame. Johnny was the valedictorian and class president of his high school class at Connellsville. He served his country during World War II and returned from the Navy to play quarterback for the Chicago Bears, where he was an All-Pro. After football, he was a college football analyst on national TV. Johnny Lujack from Connellsville. The winner of the WPIAL Hall of Fame's Courage Award this year is Sydney Willig. Sydney, would you step forward, please? Sydney is accompanied by her mom and dad here today. She's a graduate of Norwin High School and played soccer. Diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at just 2 weeks of age, thanks to a new drug newly approved by the FDA, Sydney has been able to return to the pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the newest members, the class of 2022, the WPIAL Hall of Fame. Let's welcome them in.